Welcome to my channel. In the previous classes, we were discussing about the treatment of goodwill in the case of retirement of a partner. Two cases we have already discussed. The third case is about some of the continuing partners sacrifice on retirement of a partner while others gain. In these circumstances may happen when the continuing partners decide to share their profit sharing ratio decide to change their profit sharing ratio at the time of retirement. In such a case, the gaining partners should compensate the sacrificing partners, including the retirement partners, for retiring partners' share of goodwill. A question: P, Q, R and S are partners sharing and profits and losses in the ratio 4:3:2:1. R retires from the firm and the continuing partners decide to change their profit sharing ratio into equal. So there is a change in the ratio equal. First the ratio was 4:3:2:1. Now it is equal ratio. The ratio is between share is equally. Goodwill of the firm is valued at rupees 1,20,000. Post necessary journal entries for goodwill treatment. So first of all, we have to make a working note for calculating the gaining or sacrificing ratio calculation. So heading: calculation of gaining or sacrificing ratio. Gaining ratio is equal to new ratio minus old ratio. We have to calculate the ratio between all the partners and to determine whether it is sacrifice or gain. So first partner is P. P's new share is 1/3 because when R retires, there will be 3 partners remaining and the share is equal. So that will be 1/3. So new share will be 1/3. All partners' share will be, new share will be 1/3. 1/3 minus the old share is 4. Total of shares is 10. So 4/10. So 1/3 minus 4/10. That will be minus 2/30. So that will be, if there is minus sign, that will be sacrifice. Then Q's. Q's ratio is 1/3 minus share is 3. 3/10. That will be 1/30. The sign is positive, so it is gain. Then R. R's share we need not have to calculate because there will be no new ratio. So the old ratio will be considered to determine his share of goodwill. So that will be 2/10. Then S ratio 1/3 minus old ratio is 1/10. So that will be 7/30 gain. So Q's gain is 2/30. S gain is 7/30. P's sacrifice is 2/30. We are excluding the minus sign. 2/30 and R's sacrifice is 2/10. It's not 6/30, it's 2/10. Then we have to calculate the share of goodwill of R. So we have to write the heading as calculation of goodwill share of R. Total goodwill is equal to, here it is given the question, 1,20,000. So 1,20,000. R's share will be 2/10. I have already said it's not 6/30. 2/10 of 1,20,000. That will be 24,000. Then goodwill share of P. That will be 1,20,000 into 2/30, 8,000. Goodwill share to be borne by Q means the gaining partners have to give his share to the respective sacrificing partners. So this the amount that's to be given by Q to the sacrificing partner, that is the goodwill share to be borne by Q. So 1,20,000 into 1 by 30, his gain share, that is 4,000. Goodwill share to be borne by S. 1,20,000 into 7 by 30, 28,000. Then we have to pass on the journal entry. The journal entry will be the gaining partner's capital account debited to sacrificing partner's capital account. So here the gaining partners is Q and S. So Q's capital account debtor, S capital account debtor to retiring partners and the sacrificing partners are P and R. So to P's capital account and R's capital account. So here the amount of Q and S is transferred to the respective retiring and sacrificing partner. The amount of Q and S that we have already calculated, that is 4,000 and 28,000. That is, here it is written 4,000 and 28,000. Then P's and R's that we have already calculated. P is 8,000 and R is 24,000. The narration will be goodwill credited to the sacrificing partners. P and R is to be borne by the gaining partners Q and S. Then another case, goodwill already appearing in the books. If goodwill is already appearing in the books at the time of retirement of a partner, the same should be written off by the journal entry, that is all partners capital account debited to goodwill account. Individually means we have to write the individual name of the partners. Narration will be goodwill existing in the book written off by debiting all the partners in the old ratio. The problem, A, B and C are partners in a firm sharing profits and losses in the ratio 3:2:1. B retires from the firm on which date there appears a goodwill account in the books at rupees 60,000 but is agreed to be worth 1,20,000 for the purpose of retirement. A and C decide to share the future profits in the same relative proportion as before. So there is no gaining ratio. That will be the same. So we have to make the working note gaining ratio. As there is no change in the relative proportion between the A and C, their gaining ratio and the new ratio are the same, that is 3:1. Then B is the retiring partner. So we have to calculate the B's share of goodwill. So B's share of goodwill on retirement is equal to total goodwill valued is 1,20,000. It is the 60,000 is the goodwill already appearing in the firm's books. That we have to write off. So 1,20,000 into his share is 2 by total is 6. That will be 40,000. Then we have to prepare journal. First journal entry is relating to the goodwill already appearing in the books to be written off between all the partners. So A's all partners are A, B and C. So A's capital account debtor, B's capital account debtor, C's capital account debtor to goodwill account. Total amount is goodwill amount 60,000. That will be written off in the partners. The ratio 3:2:1. So 60,000 into 3 by 6. 60,000 into 2 by 6 and 60,000 into 1 by 6. That is 30,000, 20,000 and 10,000 respectively. Narration is goodwill already appearing in the books written off. Then here the gaining partners are the A and C. So A's capital account, C's capital account. We need not calculate the gaining ratio. The remaining partners will be taken as a gaining partners. So A's capital account debtor, C's capital account debtor to B's the returning partner to B's capital account. His share of goodwill, B's share of goodwill that you have already calculated 40,000. So 40,000 into, it's a shared between the A and C in the gaining ratio or in the old ratio. That is 3:1. So 40,000 into 3 by 4 and 40,000 into 1 by 4 will be 30,000 and 10,000 respectively. So narration will be B's share of goodwill debited to continuing partners in their gaining ratio 3:1. That's all for today. Thank you.